Hi, fire signs. My name is Michelle Kelly. Welcome to This Is Your Sign. This is your March 2021 mid-month reading for all the Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius out there. Happy birthday, Aries. I wanted to say thank you to anybody who is subscribed to my channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please like, share, and subscribe. So if you could hit that notification bell, that would help me out so much. And you have to go into subscriptions, and then you'll see every time I do a new video, which is every week. And then also, if you could hit the thumbs up if you like this video, it'll help me get seen more on YouTube. So if you could do that solid for me, I'd really appreciate it. So let's get down to your March mid-month reading. So the first one is the tribe, and the next one is time for a nap, and the next one is thinker, and it's upside down. So what this reading is telling me so far for all you fire signs out there is, you've already found your tribe, which congratulations. Either you found them or they are finding you, which is beautiful and amazing. And congratulations, because usually it takes a long time for this process to happen. So wherever you are on your journey, you have found your people and your people have found you. But usually when this happens, you go through hell first. So you guys have been through hell and you found your people, which is so amazing. And the next one is time for a nap. And you guys, you've gotten this before. This is permission to rest. Permission to breathe. You are a human being, not a human doing. And I know a lot of us are taught like you need to get it done and do it. And, if you take a nap or take time for yourself, that you're lazy and you're not doing enough. You guys are doers. And so I'm going to share this with you. Somebody said this before, and it's so nice, and I think you need to hear it, is don't just do something, sit there. So you guys, sitting still is a learned practice. And if it is uncomfortable for you, that is okay. You can be uncomfortable and still do it anyway. This is permission. You guys, I know you need permission to take care of yourselves, and it is not being lazy by sitting still. And the next one is thinker, and it's upside down. So this is telling me you guys go over and over and over and over in your head, and you're trying to make sense of stuff, and it's okay if you can't right now. You guys are, you're information seekers. Like, you need all the information that you can possibly get. And this is saying, you guys, permission to trust yourselves. You guys can trust yourself. And if you're watching this, this is for you guys to learn you're safe. You can trust yourself, and you don't have to do everything right this second. You are being divinely guided. You are being shown the way. It might not be as quickly as you would like it to be, but I feel like we're all on this spiritual journey together, and every day you just get breadcrumbs of how to put one foot in front of the other, which you guys, you're runners, you're running, you're sprinting, and you don't have to. You can walk and you can crawl, and you're still going to get to the same spot. And it doesn't matter how fast you get there. It doesn't mean you're going to be happier, faster, sooner. If it did, we'd all be doing it. But and maybe you are doing it, but this is permission. Like, you don't have to have all the answers right now. It's okay not to know. And to be vulnerable, to be in that place where people can see that you don't know everything. Honestly, that is beautiful. And it helps give other people permission not to have all their shit together either. nobody has all of their shit together. They don't. Some people are better at looking like they do. They can purchase more things and it makes it look like they're better or more successful, but I guarantee you, everybody has an internal struggle and battle that they're dealing with. And some people are just better at making it look like they're not, and they don't. But it is not true. And it is safe for you guys. You guys, you're safe and you're okay. If you are watching this video right now, you are okay. So just take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Go have fun. Do stuff that brings you joy and makes you happy. You are not going to miss what you're supposed to be doing. You can't miss it, and you're not going to. I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into this because I feel like you guys, if you're watching me, thank you so much. Like, thank you. And this is not me, Michelle, giving you these messages. This is the divine speaking through me, wanting me to have, to give you guys these messages because you need them. We all need them. Even Oprah needs to hear that she's doing a good job and to keep it up and to keep going. And the Pope and the President and everybody else. So you guys are very, very like logical, intellectual, and maybe you've had to survive on that. Maybe you were taught that you needed to use that as a way to survive. And this is saying like, you guys are exhausted from doing that, and you don't have to. And eventually, if you use that as a way to survive, which it's okay, you needed to do that, but eventually it gets exhausting. This is why you need a nap, and you start to miss stuff because to be on constantly 24 hours a day is exhausting, and you don't have to do that. So if you were taught to do that, I'm really sorry. You were protecting yourself. But when it's upside down, this thinker, this is really what I want to examine. It says you might be suffering from analysis paralysis. Thinking has its place, but trying to figure out everything logically is not going to work out right now. You may act upon false assumptions that will get you in a jam. That is your ego, and I'm going to explain it to you a little bit better after I'm done reading this. Give your mind a rest. Do something creative, exercise, or meditate. I'm going to say and meditate. Creative, exercise, and meditation. Do all three if you can. Soon you will come to your senses, and an aha moment will bring you new clarity. So you guys, like I was saying, you don't have to figure out everything on your own by yourself. The fact that you thought you had to is okay. That is your ego. Your ego is here to protect you, but eventually it starts to harm and hurt you after a while. So usually you allow your ego, which is working out of your head only. And so I'm going to explain to you guys. So you're taught to operate out of your head. Like, smarter people get ahead and do better. And yes, they do better financially. Yes, they do better career-wise at first. So you guys maybe got your financial success first. And we're taught that if you have financial success, like, that's what it's all about, right? You look good, you drive nice cars, your house is nice, your clothes are good. Like you needed to do that. You needed to do that. And eventually it stops working because you need more than that. And everybody does. And I was the opposite. I operated out of my heart only. So I was like this wounded person, this open sore, and I walked around and I had my feelings hurt, and I thought you didn't like me, and I wanted you to like me, and I operated out of my heart only. So I needed how to connect my head to my heart, which is the longest road ever and possible. So I am now learning, I am connected. My head and my heart is connected, and I can operate out of my head and my heart. I get to operate out of both, but it's taken a really long time. And you guys have operated out of your head, and you might swing to from operating out of your head and dollars to just your heart. So like, that's normal, by the way, to go from one extreme to the other. And then part of that process is to go from your head to your heart, and then to combine the two and work together. So chances are, if you are operating out of your head only, it's because you had to and you were protecting yourself. I had to walk around out of my heart only because it sounds like that's how I protected myself. It's weird. I manipulated people through being an open sore, letting them think that they knew better than me and that everybody else knew better than me. And I found out that's not true. Nobody knows better than me. God knows better than me, by the way, but me and God, we're like this now. We're like friends. And so like, that's what I'm trying to convey to you guys, that your head is getting connected to your heart, but usually it's through painful shit happens first, to the point of exhaustion, to the point of it makes you physically sick. And a lot of times what happens is it comes out in your body first before you're able to pay attention to it and listen to it. So if you guys have fallen into a depression, so I'm going to explain to you a little about depression. Like I was taught growing up, if you're depressed, you are lazy. And depressed people are not lazy. They are paralyzed with fear, and they are exhausted. So what is underneath that? And I heard Jay Shetty say, and it's so beautiful, deep resting. You are deep resting. And usually you need to deep rest because you are exhausted. And then what is beneath that is a kinder and more loving way to look at that is you have been in a pause, or you are in a pause, and that is okay. If you stay there for I'm gonna say longer than a couple of days, that I suggest that you seek medical help for that. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's not a sign of weakness. It means that you need help with that, and that is all. So a lot of times we all need help, and going to people that will not shame you or make you feel worse because you're in that position, those are safe people. So you want to be around people that respect your vulnerability when you are in a time of need. So most people are not looking to kick you while you are down. If you feel that way, it means you need to find somebody else. That is all. It is not personal. It is just maybe that person isn't available. And a lot of times people advertise as being available and they're not, and it has nothing to do with you. So I'm going to tell you guys, you do not go to the hardware store to try and get bread. So, and sometimes people at the hardware store will tell you that they can get you bread, and they're lying, and they can't. They do not sell bread at the hardware store, just so you know. All right, guys, your cards are popping on the floor. Oh, they all, okay. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. I'm so excited to tell you guys. I have a chronic runny nose and I have to carry tissues all the time. All right, giving birth. So this says, I am bringing forth new and dynamic energy to the world. So you guys, you are giving birth to a new project, to a new something, to a new whatever. So I'm going to tell you something, because I did give birth. I gave birth to my son, Angelo, and I promise you, no matter how fast you want to see that baby, no matter how ready you think you are, giving birth takes a certain amount of time. It takes at least 9 months. Some people give birth sooner, and usually what happens is, I pray to God, if something happens before it doesn't have enough time, there is definitely, if it's not ready, there's complications. So this is saying that you guys are giving birth, or you're in the process, or you have been in the process of working on something. So this is saying, maybe you've been working on your baby and it's just coming to life. Now, this could mean a baby. This could mean an adoption. Could mean a pet. Maybe you're getting a pet, or maybe you're working on a work project, or maybe you've been in school, or maybe you've been working on something. So you are giving birth to something new, whatever that is. So I say congratulations. It's brave as shit and it's scary as shit. So the next one is simplify your life. I cherish the simple pleasures of life. So this woman has a broom out, and it looks like she's organizing her life. And maybe she's been a little overwhelmed, and maybe you have been a little overwhelmed. And usually when you're overwhelmed, your mind is moving a million miles an hour, and your body is not. So I read a really good book. I didn't read it. I listened to it on audio because I do better audio. But it's called From Clutter to Clarity. So you guys, being in this pandemic right now, it has thrown all of us into a shift. And some people are better at shifting than others. Some people have been working on this, this has been my time to shift. I've been working on this my entire life, and I didn't know what I was working on or why I was working on it, but I now know why I was working on being available to everyone who has not been able to be available during this pandemic. And that has been what I've been working on and towards, except for I had no idea that this was my time to come out. And you guys have been out, and maybe this is your time to come back in. It is your time to come back in. So simplifying your life. So the book was called From Clutter to Clarity, and she was saying a lot of times when you can't move, when you're in a pause, when you're paralyzed by fear, and this is okay, it does not mean you're lazy. It means you're taking a pause and permission for a pause. So she was saying, you're usually not scared of the first thing. You're scared of what happens after that. So just say your house is messy, and this woman is cleaning up her messy house, and maybe she's been overwhelmed, and maybe you've been working really hard, that just simple life stuff, you thought, I'll get to it later, I'll get to it later, I'll get to it later, I'll get to it later. And now it is built up so much that you don't know where to begin. So like she was saying, if your house is messy, maybe your house is messy because of, you think, if I clean this house up, I have to invite people over for Easter, and I don't want to have company for Easter. Or if I clean this house up, I have to, if I have a big, beautiful house and somebody's homeless or down on their luck, if my house is available, like, I need to offer it. But if it's not cleaned up, or then I can say I have no room. So like, we all do things as a way to protect ourselves. So you guys have learned how to protect yourself. And so you're learning how to unprotect yourself, and how to show that you're available, and believing that people are here to harm or hurt you during that process, I'm going to tell you right now, they're not your people. If anybody is here to judge you or to make fun of you or say, yeah, you're right, you shouldn't have did that, why'd you do that one? Or figure it out, Sherlock Holmes. Like, those are not people that I want to be around. I don't need anyone to help me feel worse about myself than I can and do on my own. And that's what I'm saying to all you fire signs. If you're around people who make you feel worse than you can and do on your own, or make you feel equally as bad, I'm letting you know they're people that you want to limit your time as much as possible around. And it has nothing to do with you. It just has to do with where they are in their life. So that is all. And the next one is planting seeds. So it's saying the seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of my soul. So you guys, as all of this is going on, you're planting seeds for your future. And sometimes you don't even know. And I'm going to tell you guys, I think you guys have already planted your seeds. And it doesn't matter how many times you water your plants and you check on them. They do not grow faster. They need sunlight, they need water, they need air, and they need time. So if you can give that to a plant, I'm asking you to do the same for yourself and your soul. So for you fire signs out there, this is permission. Now I'm going to pull one more spirit animal of the oracle cards for you guys. I just want to send you with as much love and light as you can possibly have. You guys, this pandemic is really, I don't know about you guys, but it's really starting to get to me, and I think it's gotten to a lot of people. So I don't know how it hasn't not been able to affect people. So congratulations for surviving your first pandemic, because this has not been easy. So the next one is horses. It's horses and freedom, and it says your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves and stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. So if you guys are drawn to horses, maybe you need to go horseback riding right now. Maybe that was something special to you, or that you always wanted to do, or maybe you wanted to ride horses on the beach. This is like, you guys, your heart is pure and free. And you know how I know that? Because you're a child of God, and God don't make no junk. And it is pure and free, and a greater purpose calls you. So you guys are being called. And I want you all to know that I was walking the other day, and getting the call from God, getting the call from Spirit, from your angels, whatever that looks for you. Like, getting that call is very scary, because you think if you answer that call and really follow it, that you're not going to be able to survive, that you're not going to be able to support yourself, that you're not going to be able to live, or people are going to think that you're crazy. And all of that stuff is real and valid fears, but it is not true. So it says you follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. So in spite of all of those fears, fire signs, you guys are accomplishing your dreams. And maybe it's been a long time to put two together, or you feel like it's been a long time. But if you're still alive, it is plenty of time. And you know, my one friend Avery, who's not here anymore, he's passed on, but he used to say, God is never in a hurry, but he's always on time. So I'm going to leave you with that, fire signs. Happy birthday, Aries. Goodbye, Sagittarius and Leo. Until next time, this is your sign signing off, and stay tuned. If you're still watching, thank you so much, and please subscribe to my channel.